We're going to have a look at the Demonic Crusade. It's going to be an overview of everything. So we're going to have a look at the main stage, the challenge stage, the daily challenge, and then we'll have a look at the heroes you can get, or say heroes, the new demon soldiers you can collect from doing these. Okay, let's jump into the video. So the Demonic Crusade is now in the events hall and it has its own tab there. So when you click on that, you can enter, and then there's an information page there. It essentially says it's a month-long event. Now I don't know if this is going to happen every month or not, that isn't made clear, and you must have cleared normal 7-8 to participate in it. Then it breaks down what happens in the normal stage, and then after that it breaks down what happens in the challenge stage. So instead of just reading them out, I'll sort of read them out as we go over them, so you can have a look at what it actually means when it's actually saying it. Okay, right. So then it tells you about the main stage. So if we're going to have a look at the main stage, these stages are broken down as 10 stages, and you use your own demon soldiers to attack them. Now you can see the battle requirements there aren't particularly high, and even when you get up to stage 10, it's still not very high either. You can see there it's still relatively low and achievable by most people, which I think is good. Now you can challenge these first 10 stages as many times as you like, but they will only grant the reward once, so as long as you're aware of that. Now once you've cleared the first 10 stages, you'll then be available for the daily challenge stage. Now that works in the 4 different difficulty levels. You've got normal, elite, hard, and then nightmare, and they're not overly tricky either, so there are videos out and about telling you how to do them, but you might well enjoy figuring that out for yourself. That's part of the enjoyment. Now depending on how high up you go, if you do the normal stage, you'll only get the demon chest, and you'll get one of those, you get 2 of those, and it will give you a demon soldier shard of up to epic rarity. So that's what you get on the first one. When you go on to elite, you'll get the demon chest, and then you'll also get one of the shards for Scalekin Warrior, who is one of the new demons out. When you try hard, you get all the previous rewards, and then you also get Adag's follower as well, and then on nightmare you will actually get the fool, who is a demon, who is the legendary version, so you'll get him as well. And that's everything that you get throughout the rewards, and nightmare isn't that hard. So when we have a look inside, the recommended scores for going in aren't that hard. So at hard level it is 180k, and then if we just scale up and have a quick look at the other levels as well, elite comes in at 240,000, and then when we take the jump up to hard, that becomes 330,000, and then lastly the legendary recommended score is actually a massive 650,000. However, I think I'm at now about 450ish, something like that, and I can go through it on auto anyway, so it really isn't that hard. And so for me, when I run through it, I start off with my Shadowcasters. They're the first and foremost unit for me. They go in first. I send up all 4 of them. They fly straight in and they clear away the bulk of the tanks for me. And then I have a healer come up behind them just to give them that bit of support. And then once they've cleared the tanks, they can pretty much die. That's their purpose and their job done. After we've actually sent these off, all we're waiting on now is to get back up to the 10. Once we've really got the 10 and the tanks are dead, we're then looking at sending our 2 legendary flyers down. And that's pretty much as soon as the tanks are dead, because we should have, we've hit our 10 long before the tanks are dead. There's the first one down, the second one doesn't take much longer. We get the lightning guards ready and off they go. Now their job is to get Patreus down and the Furious Torrent down as well, and Nyx. I don't often get Gwendolyn down, sometimes I do. It's not a big thing, she's just there for shields really, to protect the others. She doesn't do any great damage, I'm not worried about her. So once the lightning guards have got through and done them, and you've got another 10 points saved up, I just send off the rest of the flyers, and they fly over everything anyway, and you only need 3 yeah, 3 heroes to get through, and you can chuck the rest of the stuff down if you really want. There's no great danger, and it's just a sort of wait until the end, really, more than anything else. They fly through. You can time it to make sure that you don't hit Valk's time in her ultimate, so she doesn't do too much damage to them, but they don't really take a lot. All go through, that's it done, nice and easy. And then it's just a matter of quick claim on the rewards, and that is another one of your dailies done and out of the way of. It's easy. There isn't any great odds, and you get some extra staff. You get your coins, you get all your heroes. They're nice to use. They are an added little freebie within the game as well, so that's always a bonus. Right, let's go and have a look at these new champions and see how they work. So I've picked up the new champion and just chucked them in a quick team together, and we'll take a run down at an enemy. I'll just put a tank out so we can see how everything's going, and then we'll put on the other stuff as well and see how it goes. So the champions that we're going to be using, or the new ones, you'll be able to see their skills in action now then. So if we slow down to 1 times, and then we just put our tank out to start with, and then we can start adding people onto him. So the legendary is the Fool. Now he grants a shield to demon soldiers, and the shield is equal to 40% of their max HP for 6 seconds, and it is on an 8 second wait time before it comes back round again. Then he has a passive, so the demon soldier gains a shield from the Fool. They become immune to CC. And then after that, next one down is the Epic Scales Kin, and he increases the movement speed of all ground unit soldiers by 30%, excluding speedsters. So he doesn't do them, but everyone else gets this 30% increase. And you can see the buff come up above their heads, which is a little like boot of speed type thing going on. And then lastly, we've got Adag's follower, and they basic attack inflicts deep cut on the enemies for 6 seconds. Target inflicted with deep cut also receive an extra true damage equal to 10% of their max HP 1 time when receiving damage from basic attacks. There we go. That's a bit of a mouthful, but you can see the debuff on the enemy. You can't see it well, but you can see it, which is probably one of the biggest problems of the game, or one of my pet peeves of the game. The buffs and debuffs I don't think show themselves particularly well on the game. I find it quite annoying at times. But that's a quick run through. No point in beating someone or anything like that. So that was just a quick run through so you could have a look at what the champions do, how they move, that sort of thing, and the buffs they do. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it useful. This is what's coming soon. It's all quite doable. If you want a guide, crack on and use one, but have a go at it yourself. It is quite good fun. I enjoyed it, to be honest, having a look through stuff to see what was available and what could be done and what was out there. And I quite enjoyed doing the puzzle side of things, so it's quite nice. But if you are stuck, I'll put a link to how to do things on at the end of the video, and you can have a look at those for when it comes live. It can't be that much longer, I wouldn't have thought, before it hits global, but it is something nice to look forward to, and you get plenty of rewards from it, so that's a bonus. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you all in the video again tomorrow. If you could leave me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, that would help me out massively. Happy gaming!